An American-born man who pledged allegiance to ISIS gunned down 49 people early Sunday at a nightclub in Orlando, the deadliest mass shooting in the United States and the nation's worst terror attack since 9/11, authorities said. The gunman Omar Mateen, 24, of Fort Pierce, Florida, was interviewed by the FBI in 2013 and 14, but was not found to be a threat, the FBI said. Mateen called 911 during the attack to pledge allegiance to ISIS and mentioned the Boston Marathon bombers. Orlando police shot and killed Mateen. Mateen's ex-wife said she thinks he was mentally ill. Mateen carried an assault rifle and a pistol into the packed Pulse Club at 2 a.m. Sunday and started shooting, killing 49 and wounding at least 53. After a standoff of about 3 hours, when people trapped inside the club desperately called and messaged friends and relatives, police crashed into the building with an armed vehicle and stun grenades and killed Mateen. It appears he was organized and well prepared, Orlando Police Chief John Mina said early Sunday. Authorities said they still haven't found any accomplices. With the Democratic primary behind her, Hillary Clinton says she now plans to put Republican Donald Trump's business records and economic agenda at the center of her campaign, calling his ideas misguided and dangerously incoherent. In an interview Wednesday, Mrs. Clinton said she would deliver an economic speech soon, contrasting Mr. Donald Trump's records and policies with her own. It will be modeled after a foreign policy speech she gave last week, where she used sometimes identical language to offer a biting critique of the presumptive Republican nominee, charging he was unfit to serve as a commander-in-chief. While he may have some catchy soundbite, his statements on the economy are dangerously incoherent, she said in the interview. They are deeply misguided and they reflect of an individual who is temperamentally unfit to manage the American economy. Mr. Trump is hardly shrinking in the fight. He promised Tuesday night to deliver a major speech as early as Monday, laying out the case for how Mrs. Clinton and her husband, former President Bill Clinton, have perfected what he called the politics of personal enrichment. With the general election in effect now underway, the exchanges left no doubt that the next 5 months will be particularly bitter and divisive as both candidates strive to patch up divisions within their own parties while asserting the other shouldn't be president. Dismissing the chorus urging him to drop out of the Democratic primary, Senator Bernie Sanders is calling his supporters to stand by him until the end, or at least until Tuesday, when Washington, D.C. holds the country's final Democratic primary. Here I have a map showing which states in the United States are voting for Senator Bernie Sanders. As you see, the dark blue up here and this blue around here are more likely to vote for Bernie, and whereas the white and the light yellow are more likely to vote for Hillary. It would be extraordinary if the people of Washington, our nation's capital, stood up and told the world that they are ready to lead the country in a political revolution, Sanders told a screaming crowd of a few hundred gathered in a skate park. Together, we are going to change our nation's priorities. Though Hillary Clinton claimed her victory last week, and President Obama has endorsed her as the presumptive nominee of the Democratic Party, Sanders is not yet willing to concede the race. Instead, Sanders told To Meet the Press Chuck Todd only that he will begin meeting with Clinton Tuesday night to talk about her campaign and the threat of Republican presumptive nominee Donald Trump. I simply want to get a sense of what kind of platform she will be supporting, whether she will be vigorous in standing up for working families in the middle class, moving aggressively on climate change, healthcare for all, making public colleges and university tuitions free, he said Sunday. And after all, we have that kind of discussion, and after we can determine whether or not we are going to have a strong and progressive platform. I will be able to make other decisions. But even as he continues to fight, he and his million supporters are now publicly grappling with the choices ahead of them. Some Sanders supporters say that they can never bring themselves to vote for Hillary Clinton, while others insist that uniting behind her is necessary to defeat Donald Trump. Some of them considering voting for third-party candidates such as the Libertarian nominee Gary Johnson or Green Party nominee Jill Stein, while others say that they will write in Sanders' name if he is not on the ballot. And that's all I have today. I'm Anna Maria Sharp, and this is